with Regan. Regan's been in a lot of our content creation, so love her. And today we're going to do something a little bit fun. So I'm going to make Regan nice and blonde, and then we're going to do a beautiful like pastel pinky toner, just for something different. So my process, my foiling process and my foil pattern and everything is going to be really similar to what I did last week. So if you guys can check out that video, because the pattern is exactly the same, and we're really going to focus on sharing our toning formula and a little bit of info about our styling as well at the end. So I hope you enjoyed this one, something a little bit different. I'm excited, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so getting these little hairs is super tricky, but actually the board is so helpful. I was watching this back and I was thinking about how awkward it is when you're trying to just fiddle around putting a foil without the board in areas like this. And yeah, I was just thinking how the board is so helpful. So a really good tool for getting these little baby hairs. It's almost impossible to get. And also I did share the tip later, which was just to take your time and yeah, use as many clips as you need to, and just take your time, because they are really important parts of the head to be careful with. So, and don't mind my scratch on my hand there. I have a Great Dane, her name's Lola, and she just used my hand to launch to the window to see another dog that was walking past the day before we filmed. So I've got a lovely big scratch on my hand. So anyway, I did mention that this is the same technique as I used last week in my other video on Brooke. Obviously she has super long hair, so it's a little different. It's really nice to be foiling short hair for a change. And overall, really just wanting to get rid of a lot of that natural, because I am going for a pastel color today, so wanting to take care of her regrowth and just clear out her natural color as much as possible, obviously without doing a full head of bleach. So yeah, just being careful to only paint it on the regrowth, doing my slices all through this part of the head. So I just wanted to share this. I'm foiling back through the part. I haven't seen me do that very often, but I actually have done it for the last couple and I really enjoyed it. I do think when you're foiling to the root, foiling straight down the part is a really good idea, but it is important to make sure that section is quite narrow, I guess, especially for the board users. So I just do a few extra going up my sides here to make sure that I've got a really neat section to go back down. So some people might feel like it's too narrow and it's too many foils, but I just think it's super important to get that section in particular really precise and really close to the roots. So if you don't go up far enough on the sides of the head, then you're going to be battling with the curve, and that's when you're going to get drag on your edges. Okay, so yeah. So I just wanted to show you, this is my very full head of foils. Regan has a hair type that it's not overly dark, it's about a level 7, but she has this, it's that kind of level where if you get any drag on the edges or you pick up a weave that's too thick, it will just throw straight gold. So my foil sections are super fine, and I was really careful to make sure there wasn't getting any drag on the edges, and that's why I actually did foil straight down the part today, and you'll notice that that section was really narrow. And I also just thought I'd answer this question from my last video. Someone just commented for about the board and foiling down the part. So a little tip: when you are using the board and you're foiling straight down the part, just do a couple of extra foils going up the sides to create a nice narrow section through here. Because of the curve of the head, you will get drag if it's too wide, so just keep it nice and narrow. Just thought I'd answer that question while I was here for my friends using the board. And also always make sure you position your client in the right spot and ask them to look down. So if you're reaching too far up, then you won't be able to get it in the right position. You won't be able to use it well. So just keep all those things in mind. Another thing, obviously Regan's hair is so short, which is really nice to do short hair for a change, but a little tip with your short hairs at the back, just go slow and take your time to section it. Use a couple of clips to get that hair out of the way. I know when I'm on the floor I get really frustrated with things like that, and I'm just like, oh, because I'm under pressure. But it's those little things that I guess really can change your work from being really, really, really good to, you know, a little bit sloppy, especially on the hairline if you don't take your time there, and I don't know, you get some bleeding or you get some heavy sections. So I think just go really slow with those things, because they do sort of bring your work to another level. So I just thought I'd share that. I want Regan's colour to be able to stay on for a long time, so that I can get it really clean, and that's also why I've done all these baby sections. So no overlapping onto the ends, and I think that's all the information I have for you. Just thought we would show the foils coming out, just so you can see, I guess, the result of the slicing. Obviously you can see it's covering a lot of ground. This is so satisfying. It's just so good to see those foils without any toner or anything, and how yeah, they're nice and neat, and they are nice and fine. So you see it here, it's the best. Oh yeah, how good is that? Yep. So you can see that even though I've sliced it, it's still soft. Today I'm using my toner, my pink toner, and my formula is Dusty Pink, Platinum, 5.6 and a 971. I'm doing equal parts of all of that. Fingers crossed it's going to be good first time. But I have spoken before about how these pastel colors are always a little bit tricky and sometimes need tweaking. And I've got lots of time today, so I'm looking forward to getting this right. I will show you on the swatches so you can see what they look like too. So yeah. I'm just going to show you the swatches while I keep my eye on this. So far looking really good. So I just want to show you the swatches so you can see a visual of what those colours look like in our colour range, which is Original Mineral. It's Core Colour. I'm going to tell you why I put each of them in. So we've got the Platinum. We've got the Dusty Pink. So the Platinum and the Dusty Pink, they're pastels, they're just pure pigment. Are they pure pigment? I think they're pure pigment. Oh, I suck with technical language. Anyway, I never find these overly strong. I think they work really well if you've got bleach blonde, scalp bleach hair, but they're not, if you've got, you know, you're sort of fighting with other tones in your hair, they're not overly strong. However, I thought the mix of these two together would be really nice. I guess I put the Platinum in there just to pastelize it a little bit more and give it that pearly feel, and the Dusty Pink because I just think it's pretty. But I wanted to enhance that with my 5.6, which is a violet, just to add a bit more intensity. And I always, no matter what, will want to have a bit of base as well. So I've put my 971 in that, just because that's a beautiful pearly kind of color. And I just thought that would be a really nice base. So yeah, feel really happy with the tone and the result. It looks pretty even. You know how sometimes just on the ends it doesn't take as well? So I did put something a little bit stronger. Well, I just like boosted the leftover mix I had and put that on the ends. And I think that I'm going to go with it and dry a little bit and see if I'm happy, and come back to the basin if I'm not, because I'm like 90% sure it's going to be really good. But yeah, obviously when you dry, especially pastel colors, they tend to disappear once the hair starts drying. So yeah, that's what's happening. I'm just going to finish off with some Chorus on Regan, and then I'll go dry a little test patch and see if I'm happy. We're back at the basin. It was really pretty, but probably just felt a little bit too cool and not pink enough. So I'm being way more brave, and I'm just topping it up with the red and the violet reflex and a little bit more dusty pink. So it's looking a lot better, and I'm just gonna let that do its thing for a couple of minutes and not be too much in. Oh yes. Yes, it's looking way more fun now. I wanted it to have a little bit more impact than what it had, and especially on camera, you could barely see it at all. So yeah. To style Regan's hair, and I'm just going to share with you my favorite original mineral styling products. So I'm starting with the tonic thickening spritz. This is what I'm using just to give a bit of volume and hold at her roots and throughout. So I will start with that. So I'm just going to spritz it down the part, and then I will just lift up sections, spray it in through the roots. So pretty much we'll do that all through. Definitely over the crown. And then I'll just lightly spray it all around. My next product I'm going to use before I blow dry is the Frizzy Logic Shine Serum. So I'm just using this to just gloss and add shine to the ends of Regan's hair after I've lightened it today. So just tiny bit of that. Oh, should I show it? So I just rub that in my hands, and I will always just start from my mids down. So just kind of wiping it through.